accelerated significantly. To cope with this change, I began creating my own nature sounds for personal use, which helped me immensely. Realizing its potential benefit for others too, I decided to share this experience. Before we begin our journey towards finding calmness and peace within ourselves through these soundscape sessions, let's get comfortable. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Ready? Now inhale through your nose, counting up to 4 seconds. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Count from 1 to 7, then exhale gradually over 8 seconds. Count from 1 to 8. Repeat this process 4 more times. Okay, let's start now. In our fast-paced and chaotic world, it can be challenging to find calmness and peacefulness. However, true tranquility comes from within ourselves, not from external sources. In this video, we will explore the importance of not reacting to our thoughts and how to cultivate a peaceful mind. Understanding the nature of thoughts. Thoughts are like passing clouds in the sky, constantly coming and going. They are an integral part of our human experience, shaping our perceptions, emotions, and actions. However, we often make the mistake of identifying ourselves with our thoughts, believing that they define who we are. This misidentification can lead to unnecessary suffering and turmoil in our lives. Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing clouds floating by. Some are dark and stormy, while others are fluffy and white. These clouds are in a constant state of change, appearing and disappearing without our control. In the same way, thoughts arise in our minds, linger for a while, and eventually dissolve. They are transient and impermanent. When we become aware of our thoughts, it becomes evident that we are not our thoughts, rather, we are the observers of our thoughts. This realization can bring a sense of liberation and inner peace. It allows us to distance ourselves from the incessant chatter of the mind and find refuge in a place of stillness and clarity. One of the main reasons we mistakenly identify with our thoughts is that they can be incredibly convincing and persuasive. They arise in our minds with such force and intensity that we believe every thought to be true. We become entangled in a web of thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, losing touch with our authentic selves. However, by cultivating mindfulness and awareness, we can develop the capacity to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and non-judgmentally aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations. It is a powerful tool that allows us to step back from our thoughts and gain a new perspective. Through mindfulness, we learn to recognize that thoughts are merely mental events passing through our awareness. They come and go like waves in the ocean, but the ocean itself remains unchanged. In the same way, our true selves are not defined by our thoughts. We are the vast, unchanging consciousness that witnesses the ebb and flow of thoughts. When we establish this understanding, a sense of calmness and peacefulness naturally arises within us. We no longer feel the need to react compulsively to every thought that arises. Instead, we can choose how we respond to our thoughts with wisdom and discernment. It is important to note that this practice of separating ourselves from our thoughts does not mean suppressing or denying them. Instead, it involves acknowledging and accepting them without being overwhelmed or controlled by them. When we give ourselves permission to experience our thoughts without judgment, they lose their power over us. Practicing meditation can be a powerful tool in deepening our understanding of the nature of thoughts. By sitting in stillness and observing our thoughts without attachment, we can develop a greater awareness of them. This enhanced awareness allows us to see the patterns and tendencies of our mind, enabling us to cultivate more compassion and self-compassion. In conclusion, understanding the nature of thoughts is an essential part of our personal growth and well-being. Thoughts are ephemeral, transitory phenomena that come and go. We are not our thoughts, rather, we are the conscious beings who observe them. By cultivating mindfulness and awareness, we can free ourselves from the grip of our thoughts and find inner peace and tranquility. Choosing non-reactivity. In today's fast-paced world, finding moments of calmness and relaxation can be challenging. Our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, worries, and distractions. However, Calmness does not necessarily mean emptying the mind of thoughts. Instead, it is about choosing not to react to them. In this blog post, we will explore how we can cultivate non-reactivity and find inner peace amidst the chaos of our thoughts. Cultivating non-reactivity. When thoughts arise, it is crucial to take a step back and choose not to engage with them. Rather than getting caught up in the whirlwind of our thoughts, we can observe them from a place of detachment. This practice of non-reactivity allows us to create a space between our thoughts and our actions, enabling us to respond to situations with greater clarity and mindfulness. One effective way to cultivate non-reactivity is through mindfulness meditation. By sitting in stillness and observing our thoughts without any judgment or attachment, we can train our minds to stay calm and centered even in the face of challenging thoughts or emotions. Mindfulness meditation helps us become aware of our thoughts without being overwhelmed by them, allowing us to choose our responses instead of acting impulsively. Slowing down body movements. Our body and mind are interconnected. Therefore, slowing down our physical movements can have a profound impact on our thought process. When we rush through our day, our thoughts often mirror this hurried pace. However, adopting a slower rhythm in our movements can help us create a sense of calmness and tranquility. One way to slow down our body movements is by incorporating mindful movements into our daily routine. Whether it is walking, doing chores, or even typing on a keyboard, we can consciously bring awareness to each movement. By slowing down and paying attention to the present moment, we can develop a greater sense of presence and non-reactivity. Additionally, practicing activities such as yoga or Tai Chi can be highly beneficial in cultivating non-reactivity. These practices encourage slow and deliberate movements, helping us synchronize our body and mind. As we become more attuned to our body's movements, we naturally begin to notice a corresponding shift in our thought patterns. Embracing stillness. In a world filled with constant distractions, finding moments of stillness can be incredibly powerful. By intentionally carving out time for quiet reflection and contemplation, we create a space for non-reactivity to flourish. It is in these moments of stillness that we can truly listen to our inner wisdom and gain insights into our thought patterns. To embrace stillness, we can set aside dedicated time each day for activities such as meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in nature. These moments of solitude allow us to disconnect from external stimuli and reconnect with our inner selves. By embracing stillness, we nourish our ability to remain non-reactive even in the midst of chaos. Conclusion. Cultivating non-reactivity is an ongoing practice that requires patience and self-awareness. By choosing not to engage with our thoughts, slowing down our body movements, and embracing moments of stillness, we can develop a greater sense of inner peace and tranquility. Non-reactivity allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity, empowering us to respond to situations rather than reacting impulsively. So, let us embark on this journey of choosing non-reactivity and nurturing a mind that is calm, deliberate, and free from unnecessary distraction. Breathing meditation for a peaceful mind. Engaging in breathing meditation is an incredibly effective technique for finding peace and tranquility amidst the chaos of everyday life. By simply taking the time to focus on our breath, we can reduce the heavy load of thoughts that often weigh us down and prevent us from experiencing true inner peace. In this article, we will explore the powerful benefits of breathing meditation and discuss how it can help us cultivate a calm and non-reactive mind. Reducing the heavy load of thoughts. Our minds are constantly bombarded with an endless stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions. This mental chatter often creates a sense of overwhelm and prevents us from fully experiencing the present moment. By engaging in breathing meditation, we can learn to let go of this constant stream of thoughts and find a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Emotions, and create space for peace and clarity to arise. Letting go of judgments and attachments. One of the greatest challenges in finding peace of mind is our tendency to judge and attach ourselves to our thoughts. We often label certain thoughts as good or bad and attach our identity and self-worth to them. This constant internal judgment can create a lot of mental and emotional suffering. In breathing meditation, we practice observing our thoughts without attaching any judgment or meaning to them. We learn to see our thoughts as passing phenomena, neither good nor bad. By releasing our attachments and judgments, we create space for clarity and peace to arise within us. This practice of non-judgment extends beyond our thoughts and into our daily lives. We learn to observe our experiences and interactions without labeling them as right or wrong, good or bad. Through this practice, we cultivate a sense of equanimity and acceptance, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and ease, achieving a peaceful and non-reactive mind. As we continue to engage in breathing meditation, our mind becomes more peaceful and non-reactive. Our ability to stay centered and composed in the face of external and internal circumstances improves. We develop the resilience to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and clarity rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or anger. By regularly practicing breathing meditation, we strengthen our capacity to remain present and grounded. We become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond consciously rather than being driven by unconscious patterns. Furthermore, the peacefulness of our mind begins to extend beyond our formal meditation practice and permeate all aspects of our lives. We may find ourselves experiencing greater joy, gratitude, and contentment. Our relationships become more harmonious as we learn to communicate with compassion and understanding. Engaging in breathing meditation is a powerful practice for cultivating a peaceful and non-reactive mind. By focusing on our breath and letting go of judgments and attachments, we can reduce the heavy load of thoughts that often weigh us down. Through regular meditation practice, we experience a sense of inner calm and clarity that extends into all areas of our lives. Start incorporating breathing meditation into your daily routine and witness the transformative effects it can have on your mind and overall well-being. Embrace the practice, allow the present moment to unfold, and discover the peace that resides within. Observing thoughts without judgment. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our emotions, actions, and overall well-being. They can either uplift us or bring us down. Most of the time, we are not even aware of the constant stream of thoughts that run through our minds. We often judge our thoughts, categorizing them as good or bad, right or wrong. However, by observing our thoughts without judgment, we can find a sense of peace and calmness in the mind. Rather than judging our thoughts, simply be aware of them. When we judge our thoughts, we create unnecessary stress and resistance within ourselves. Instead, we can choose to observe our thoughts without attaching any judgment to them. Imagine sitting by the side of the road, watching cars pass by. You don't chase after the fast cars or try to stop the slow ones. You simply observe them as they come and go. Similarly, we can treat our thoughts like passing cars, acknowledging their presence without getting caught up in them. By being aware of our thoughts without judgment, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. We become observers of our own inner dialogue, recognizing patterns and tendencies that may arise. This awareness allows us to make conscious choices about how we respond to our thoughts, rather than being carried away by them. Imagine watching traffic pass by without chasing or stopping it. When we imagine ourselves watching traffic pass by without any intention to chase or stop it, we cultivate a sense of detachment from our thoughts. We become less identified with them and more aware of the spaciousness in which they arise. This detachment allows us to see our thoughts as transient phenomena, constantly changing and evolving. As we observe our thoughts like passing traffic, we begin to realize that they do not define us. They are simply mental events that come and go. We can choose to engage with certain thoughts, but we can also choose to let others pass by without getting entangled in them. This practice of non-attachment brings a sense of freedom and lightness to our minds. By observing thoughts without judgment, we can find peace and calmness in the mind. Judging our thoughts creates a constant battle within ourselves. We are constantly fighting against our own minds, trying to suppress certain thoughts and cling to others. This struggle only leads to more stress and inner conflict. However, when we observe our thoughts without judgment, we create space for acceptance and compassion. By accepting our thoughts as they are, without attaching any value or meaning to them, we allow them to naturally arise and pass away. We stop resisting the flow of thoughts and instead learn to surf the waves of our mind. This practice of non-judgmental observation brings a deep sense of peace and calmness to the mind. In conclusion, observing our thoughts without judgment is a powerful practice that can bring immense benefits to our lives. It allows us to become aware of our thoughts without getting caught up in them, cultivating a sense of detachment and freedom. By observing our thoughts like passing traffic, we realize that they do not define us and can choose how we respond to them. This practice brings a sense of peace and calmness to our minds, allowing us to navigate life with greater clarity and ease. True calmness and peacefulness can be found within ourselves. It is not something that we have to search for outside of ourselves. By turning inward and practicing self-awareness, we can cultivate a deep sense of peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. One way to find this inner calm is by choosing non-reactivity. Often, we allow external events and other people's actions to dictate our emotional state. But by practicing mindfulness and consciously choosing not to react impulsively, we can maintain a state of calmness even in the midst of chaos. Another important aspect of cultivating a peaceful mind is by observing our thoughts without judgment. Our thoughts are like passing clouds in the sky. They come and go, and just because we have a thought doesn't mean it is true or that we have to act upon it. By recognizing that our thoughts are not who we are and letting them pass by without attachment or judgment, we can free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Remember, thoughts are not who we are, but merely passing clouds in the sky. When we can detach ourselves from our thoughts and observe them without getting caught up in them, we can experience true peace and tranquility. True calmness and peacefulness can be found within ourselves. By choosing non-reactivity and observing thoughts without judgment, we can cultivate a peaceful mind. Remember, thoughts are not who we are, but merely passing clouds in the sky. Again, my name is Somnaing, and this is my method for achieving calmness and a full night's sleep. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe so we can produce more content to assist others who might need our help.